Now listen, tonight is a checklist. You know that you are successful spiritually if all of these things are working in your life. And I'm asking you now, be brutally honest with yourself. Remember my preamble before we started? You cannot be transformed, you cannot grow if you are not brutally honest. Can you honestly tell yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 that you have a hunger level for God beyond 7? Less than 7, you are still playing. There is room to step up. In fact, you'll get to a certain realm in the spirit where if it is not at least 8 or 9, there are certain things God cannot commit to you. Number 2, your prayer life. Are we together? Some of us can wait for 7 hours in the office of someone, maybe a politician, and you are not tired. The man will come out in your presence and say, you are still here, sorry. You say, no problem, chief. How about you again? I'm okay. You've not eaten from morning till night and you are waiting there, and you cannot spend 30 minutes in the presence of one who can touch the heart of anyone and redirect your life. You see how penny wise and pound foolish we are in the kingdom sometimes? Now, I'm not saying there's to give honor to whom honor is due, but it will be stupid of me to spend 10, 12 hours before men, mortal men, who were once babies in the hand of a woman, waiting for favor, waiting to sign something. Whereas in their hearts, you can discern already that the answer is no. They are just playing around and wasting your time. Whereas I can go before the king. I cast my crown before the highest royalty. I am undone before your glorious majesty. You're the King of kings and Lord of lords. You are the King of kings. You are the Lord of lords. Your royal majesty. Listen, most of you do not know what God can do. That's why you respect men more than him. I honor men, no, but I don't worship men. Everybody was once a baby in the hand of a woman. Listen, koinonia, believers, let me advise you. This is the world of men, but don't forget that there is one who is the holder of every man's life. Any arrogant man can say tomorrow, if he wakes up. If he what? Wakes up. I lay me down and I slept. I only wait for the Lord sustain me. There are many people in history who did not believe they would die. They themselves did not believe they would die. Their tombs today are testaments that all men are like vapor, but there is him that does not die. Come on. I rather foolishly waste my life and waste my time in his presence. It is more profitable to waste my time in his presence than to gallivant around the world of men that don't have the power. And then the person tells you, well, I was also expecting favor from somebody and I was hoping if they give me, then I will give you. No, let me go to the one who gives all things. I know you don't believe me. Yabone nakao sujada ne nakao sarkin salama sarkin aljana yabone nakao sujada ne nakao sarkin salama. If anointing was stored in a library or in a bank, some of us would not even have up to 10,000 worth of anointing now because of the wickedness in the hearts of men. But thank God there is he that anoints men, that we can cry before him and he can see the sincerity of our heart. And whether you believe the man or not, God decides and says, I have found David my servant, and with my holy oil I have anointed him. I have blessed and it cannot be cursed. Cannot be cursed. Cannot be cursed. Listen, koinonia, hear me. I'm showing you the roadmap to ever increasing glory. a man whose hunger remains, a man whose prayer life remains, a man whose passion for the word remains, a man whose desire for corporate fellowship remains, a man whose service to Jesus remains, is the man who you cannot do anything about till Jesus comes. I can tell you that. There are some men that there's nothing you can do about. The only way to attack them is to walk in partnership with Satan, to attack their hunger, attack their prayer life, attack their passion through pride and a rival mentality. We dealt with that. Attack their passion for the house of God through offense, and then attack their passion for service through exhaustion. You have finished their spiritual life. But for as long as a man's hunger remains, I'm showing you how to weary Satan in your life. Don't let men look at you and make it look like anybody can make you fall, anybody can make you destroy. You don't just fall like that. There are things that must go wrong when your hunger falls, when your prayer life falls, when your word life falls, when your passion for the house falls, when your passion for service falls, then your spiritual life will fall. But provided this is solid, I tell you, you are as solid as Mount Zion. Mountains will come and go. All things will come and go. You will stand like the cedar in Lebanon. Are we together? We live in a world where spiritual people are so bullied with this issue of falling. People just make it look like you can get up in the morning and just fall. It's a lie. Rising is based on principles. Falling is based on principles. There are some things that must be neglected consistently beyond the boundary of God's mercy for you to fall. Your hunger, your prayer life, your word study life, your passion for knowledge, your passion for the house of God, your passion to serve God. Show me a man who walks in keeping with this. You have found the key for spiritual stability in an ever-increasing glory. I tell you, storms will rise and come down. You will still be standing. Standing. Anybody looking forward to your downfall will waste their time and their destiny for nothing. Are we together now? Take your mind away from falling and destruction. Focus on your hunger. If something is wrong with your hunger, go for a retreat. If something is wrong with your prayer life, even now, go for a retreat. If something is wrong with your word study life and your overall appetite for spiritual knowledge, go for a retreat. If something is wrong through offense, you don't want to come to the house of God again, it's an attack. I don't care the reason and the legitimacy of it. If anything affects your service, you are in trouble. But if all these things are in place, let people prophesy, let people say whatever, they will come and be old and go, you will still be standing. This is how God designed his system. Is someone learning now? You need to have strength and courage as you walk with God. God is not haphazard. There is stability to your walk with God. Take away the fear factor in your walk with God. You know how many people prophesied things about some of us when we started? You know how many prophetic words flew around, they will not stand. Nonsense. We're talking of the God of heaven. Provided you keep the principles, there is nothing Satan can do. I pray for you. These areas I listed, if there is any one of them that is declining in your life, from the depth of my heart I pray for you now, because the area declining is the area Satan is attacking. May fresh fire be restored to your life. Sit down. The roadmap.